Basically, I'm using the pencil colors for this drawing, and you really need to trust the process for this particular drawing because it requires a lot of patience. I'm using these three shades of gray. I'm starting with the lightest gray, and this lightest gray, I'll create a shadow of trees or the foggy tree that will look out of the window. So whenever you have seen, like, from the window, if you have seen outside while it's raining, it really does not look clear tree. It looks like a shadow of tree, or the tree is really blurry. So that is what I'm trying to portray. So you can give it any shape you want. It really doesn't matter because it is not clear. So that is the beauty of this drawing. You can literally give any shape to this tree or building or whatever scenery that you like. Just you just have to keep that in mind that it should not be that clean. It should be really blurry and it should look like gray color. If you are following along, this is the first layer that I am creating, and I am adding the lighter shade first and applying the little bit of pressure, and then adding the darker shade and to the darkest. With the pencil color, I use this technique, starting with the lightest and gradually moving towards the darkest. For the window panel, I am creating a partition, like it will be my middle part, and so we have the two parts in our drawing. So now that I have this partition, let me adjust camera. So I have this partition, so I'll add a little mountains, and this is basically scenery in my mind. I'm adding mountains, and then I'll add some more trees and maybe a lakeside view that will look very beautiful. So I'm applying the same technique, starting with the lightest gray color, and you can see there is not so much pressure that I'm applying. I'm just using a light pressure to get the first layer. Then adding a little bit more pressure just to highlight the edges of the mountain. So what I've learned in this pencil color drawing is that the more you apply pressure, the darker it gets. And if you really want to blend these colors into each other, you have to start with the lightest color and then gradually move on to the darker shades so it will blend easily. See, I am highlighting the edges so that it will does not merge with each other, like it has the structure defined to them. Switching on to the darker shades of gray, I am adding more highlights. This is basically the random imagination. You can add your own if you want to. I'm just telling you the techniques. So what I've done is I have added the reflections of those trees. This is like a lake view. For the droplet part, this is the most interesting part that we are going to cover, is that I am just creating the I'm using paint color for this, and I am just randomly, it is not a straight line, I'm just randomly making the line. This is our droplet that is on the window. And for the drops, I am creating random circles. It will be the water droplets. So to make it look 3D, I have added the white colors in it, in these water droplet, and then I'll merge or highlight the black color over the edges so it will look like that it is present on the window. And for these falling droplet, I am adding the white colors in this as well. Don't worry, we'll highlight it with the black color as well. So we are at the last of our video. I am just adding the window, and you will see that after adding this window that the drawing started making sense. Really, it was looking random, senseless drawing, but now if we switch the perspective to this window, then it is looking very much realistic. That's why I've told you that you really need a lot of patience to make this drawing, because it will not look good in the midway. You can lack motivation. So we are at the end of this video, and this looks very much perfect. Thanks for watching.